Hi there and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life, and today I'm super excited to share the sponsor of today's video is Jackery. Jackery offers portable power units for your home, for your RV, for all of your adventures. We'll get to that a little bit later, but first we had plans today to take a friend for his birthday mini golfing. So we're at actually one of my favorite mini golf courses, which is Papa Bear in Rome, Wisconsin. At this point, I want to give you all of the details about Jackery HomePower stations. So let me just backtrack a tiny bit here for you guys. Jackery had reached out to me at one point. This was quite a while ago, and I read about the product and I was like, home power station, and it talked about solar panels, and I was reading about it and I thought, oh my goodness, that sounds like a lot. That sounds like more than this kind of techie. I mean, I'm a little bit techie, but not super techie. I was like, that just sounds like too much. Well, fast forward, I don't know, a couple of weeks. This is like story time, okay? And Warren calls me into the office and he's like, hey, I want to show you this. This is something that I would like to get for the ice house, which is the off-grid cabin that we're building. He's building. I was looking, I was like, Jackery? They've reached out to me before. They're looking to do like sponsored content and things like that. And he's like, what? I was like, yeah. I responded back. I was like, no, I'm really not interested in that. He's like, oh my gosh, I've been researching the product category for months and had settled on Jackery as the brand of power unit he wanted to get. Jackery has power units all the way from lightweight, small, extremely portable to heavier units. Some units that are even on wheels, and units that would have to be rolled around, more of the home power type units. So they have a wide range of products. And he's like, gosh, you know, if they do happen to reach out to you, you should say, yes, we'd love to work with you. You have a great product, even though we hadn't even owned it yet. So anyway, fast forward probably a year or so, here we are. Warren has been talking for the last 3 months again. He's like, I have to get a Jackery. I have to get a Jackery. It would be so helpful down at the ice house to be able to charge up his batteries for his tools. And like if we're down there at night, in the summer it's not such a big deal, but as we march through summer and get into fall, it's going to get darker. We're going to want to put some string lights up and things like that, and it's off-grid, so obviously no power. First, let me just tell you, we got the products. The first one here, I opened up the small handheld E300 and I completely just charged it up all by myself. You guys, it was so easy. I thought this was going to be something complicated. I thought it was going to take, I was going to have to read like booklets and pages and pages and pages. I didn't. It was so easy. It's literally like plugging in a radio or plugging in a toaster. You guys, you just plug it into the wall, you plug in the input, and then it charges it up. So then you have basically a walk-around battery pack. And it can power other things that you might just want to be able to power when you are out and about. Maybe you're driving and you want to, like for me, I like to be able to take my laptop and I will say, okay, for like the first hour of this trip, I have to do some editing. I have to get some work done. The E300 would be a great thing to be able to take along with me on the road. It would be great if you're like camping and you just wanted to be able to power something small, power a radio, maybe power a fan if you're tent camping and you're hot, maybe be able to power, like charge up your flashlights, things like that. But I feel like I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. But anyway, so easy to use. Then opened up the large unit. It is the Home 3000 power station. And again, so easy. You can do a couple different things. You can plug it into the wall, charge it at home, and just then unplug it, turn it off, and have it ready to go. That is the key with these types of power units. You just want to have it charged, tuck it away, have it ready to go. They also charge using solar panels. The solar panels, again, so easy to set up. Just unfold it, angle it towards the sun, plug the solar panel into the Jackery unit, and it starts charging as long as the sun is at the right angle. So that's going to be a great use for us when we are at the ice house. You know, we can first have it charged from home, but then to continue to keep it charged for the things that we want to use it for, we can just charge it with the solar panels. So easy. I'd never used anything solar other than a solar calculator. I have to tell you, I thought it was going to be complicated, but it was not and is not complicated in the least.
Okay, so to set this up is pretty simple. You want the shadow of that dot to be in the center of the circle, and that tells you you have the correct sun angle for your solar panel. It's really simple. So right now you can see it's within the circle, the very center circle. It's kind of on the edge, but as the sun continues to move, it will actually go right to the center. So we're going to leave it right there for now. This Jackery solar generator is so easy to use. I can charge up my cordless batteries for my power tools. It's really versatile. I love it. Has the ability to charge deep cycle batteries for your boat, your phone, pretty much anything you need to do. It's wonderful.
Jackery's story began in 2012 with a bold mission to transform how people access and use energy. With the growing demand for portable, eco-friendly power solutions, the company quickly gained recognition among outdoor adventurers for innovative, lightweight, and durable power stations. But it doesn't stop there. People also found Jackery power stations to have a place in the home. Introducing the Jackery Solar Generator HomePower 3000. With 3,600 watt output, this power station can power your kitchen for 2 days, keeping your fridge, microwave, and coffee maker running smoothly during blackouts. We had a scheduled power outage today, and it was so nice being able to plug in the fridge to the Jackery, knowing our food was safe from spoilage, even if the kids forgot and opened the fridge anyway. Warren has been building an off-grid cabin we call the ice house, and he's already used the Jackery for charging up batteries for his tools, and I look forward to tacking up a few lengths of rope lights to add light to the long winter nights ahead. Whether it's prepping for summer outages, powering a home office, or running a few must-haves during a blackout, Jackery power stations are a must-have for energy peace of mind. The Jackery E300 is the most lightweight, compact, and travel-ready portable power station. It is designed for creators, commuters, adventurers, and just for everyday emergencies. It's perfect for those who want reliable energy wherever life takes them. It can charge a phone up to 16 times. It supports 6 smart devices at once. It's lightweight and compact. And on top of that, it is quiet energy, perfect for festival use and remote work setups. So if you are ready for the peace of mind knowing that you have a home charging unit, a home power station, you're definitely going to want to check the link in the description box below. Jackery has many of their units on sale for up to 65% off right now. Click the link in the description box below to get the best pricing on Jackery home power stations. Jackery is an amazing product, and I thank them for sponsoring today's video. After a long fun day with friends, it was time to make a very simple supper. Hash brown sticks and fried eggs. Well, oh, does that feel good in the garage? It's so nice and warm. I can't believe at 9:30 at night it's already dark. It was not that long ago that at 9:45 it was still kind of like dusky. You could almost go outside and see, and now it's already, sadly, pitch black outside. But I did notice before that my tomato plant that I have up on the patio, oh, there's a, actually that is a frog, not even a toad. There's another frog over here on the patio. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I better be careful. I don't want to step on one. Oh, there's another one. It's a little frog. Another one went someplace over there. And another one went someplace over there. It wasn't that long ago that you could come out and it was still light out. But this tomato plant that I have on the patio, I was noticing before that it was looking really dry. I just had so many things that I had to get done tonight, work related, because I haven't been putting a lot of time into work lately. I think you'll see in a video, some of these come out to you out of order, based on what I'm working with different brands. I've been spending a lot of time up at the hospital. My mom's in the hospital. She's going to be going home. She's doing all right, but I have not been doing work-related stuff at all. I was really feeling it today, so I had to get some things done. I did not get out here to water my flowers at all, and we had a very hot day. Still, they're looking really nice, even in that heat. Tomorrow, well, I might bring you guys along on a day in the life video tomorrow. We'll see, but I do want to fertilize tomorrow. So when I look at the word for this flower, there is an A at the end, but a lot of you in the comments said that you just call them Gerber, like Gerber baby food. You just call them Gerber daisies or Gerber flowers. So that sounds like a fine name to me too. I've kind of switched things around a little bit out here on the patio just because the rocking chair is really where Warren loves to sit, and it always was feeling like it was sort of just like an outcast the way I had the furniture arranged. So I actually moved everything over and kind of spread it out a little bit, spread the tables out, and I actually like it this way because this over here kind of feels like a little nook, being that it's the two kind of like couches or love seats or whatever. I like that. Both people are able to lean forward and use the table if they want to put their coffee out or a drink out. And then the people that would sit in these chairs, normally I would have cushions, but you know, I put those away when I remember. But the people there would be able to kind of lean forward. Warren can use the table. Anyway, I just thought it worked. And then I rearranged my flowers. I actually like rearranging outside a lot more than I do on the inside. That is how it is looking for the time being anyway. Like I said a few minutes ago when I was outside watering that tomato plant, I have like just not spent tons and tons of time at home lately. And I haven't done a whole lot of baking. I don't know if I've done any baking. Well, last week at some point I made some banana bread. Okay, well, I have in the freezer some of these Rhodes rolls. These are still left from Easter. There's not a ton of them in here. Well, there's enough. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there might be about 14 or so in here. And I just thought I would use my mother-in-law's caramel pecan rolls, but instead of making the dough and everything from scratch and then spreading it and rolling it out and then rolling it up like cinnamon rolls, I'm just going to make the sauce, like the caramel pecan sauce, and I'm going to put that in a 9x13 pan here. Throw on the Rhodes rolls. Refrigerator thaw is 8 to 16 hours. And it's already 10 o'clock at night, you guys. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 hours would take it to 6. I'm going to thaw this in the fridge. So I'm going to cover it with saran, put it in the fridge, and we'll bring it out in the morning and bake these up, flip them over or whatever, and serve them for breakfast. We need 1/3 cup of butter. We need 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. We need a tablespoon of corn syrup. Why measure? So let's get this stirred up. I don't know how the brakes are going. That's where the guys went tonight. The brakes on our expedition Friday, I think it was, all of a sudden they just started like grinding like crazy. Warren's friend has a lift and they put the vehicle up on the lift, and sure enough the brakes needed to be replaced, so Warren went and got parts, and now they went over there tonight since he has that lift, and that's what they are doing. And they left at 6. It's now 10. It's a long time. All right, my butter is just about melted in here. I will do half. Actually, I'm going to do more than half. I'm going to do about 2/3 with pecans. I'm not rolling out the dough and then spreading it with white sugar and cinnamon. I'm going to leave the white sugar part out, but I am going to just right into here. I'm going to sprinkle some cinnamon. Shake this bag up. Actually, I think there's actually quite a few of them in here. More than I thought. Looks like 15. Look at how fast that was. Super, super fast. I'm going to spray this. All right. That was easy. I'm going to pop this in the fridge. Tomorrow morning, I will bake this at 375 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. And look, even the recipe says makes 15 rolls, so that actually turned out pretty perfect. I'm going to continue to look through my cookbook here. That was actually the first thing I found that I had all ingredients for, or was something that I could, in a reasonable amount of time, put together. I can't really make banana bread. I have a perfect banana for making banana bread, but only one of them. Should I make just like half a recipe and just make a small loaf of banana bread? You guys, that sounds like a great idea right now. I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna make one loaf of, like a half batch of banana bread. Seems maybe a little bit goofy. That's what I'm gonna do. We need a 1/4 cup, so I have a little bit of butter and a little bit of shortening. A 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 good-sized egg, put the banana in, my oven's just now preheated. This was super fast. I have these small loaf pans. I absolutely love these. These are like half of a large loaf pan. So if you have a nice big loaf pan, 9 by 5, this is half of that. On the bottom it says 7 3/8 by 3 5/8 by 2 1/4. Usually when I bake in these, I leave a link over to something similar at Amazon. I haven't been able to find these exact pans. I mean, these are over 50 years old. These are probably over 53 years old. So I haven't ever been able to find exactly these, but I can find some that might be non-stick, or I've just found some that are very similar. So I will link to them because everybody always asks me, what size are those pans and where did you get those pans? I could make these just into muffins as well if I wanted this to bake faster. If I was like, I don't really want to stay up for 45 more minutes, I could do them in muffins, in like muffin tins, and bake them for 20 minutes or so. I'm okay tonight. I want to wait for Warren to get home anyway. I set the timer for 40 minutes. I just set the timer for 40 minutes. We'll see if that's long enough. And I'm just gonna get my dishes washed up quick. When I'm having one of these kind of late nights of puttering around in the kitchen, one of the things I tend to do is get the coffee ready for the next morning. There is something so nice about having that coffee ready in the morning. Whoa. Okay, I made a mess. Definitely can make a mess, that's for sure. All right, you guys, this was in for 50 minutes and I am now going off to bed. These caramel pecan rolls turned out wonderfully. Super easy way to do this. I would highly recommend doing this for somebody who maybe is a little bit nervous about dough. Just buy the frozen dough, but make the homemade sauce, and it really does turn into a wonderful homemade treat for your family. All right, thank you guys all for watching today's video. And I want to remind you one last time to check out Jackery Solar Power Stations and solar panels and all the things for energy, peace of mind.